The moment the CEO opened her eyes, she realized something unbelievable. She had been sleeping on a stranger's shoulder. For a few seconds, she didn't move. The noise of the crowded train faded away, and she simply stared at the man sitting beside her. A man wearing an old jacket. A man holding a small lunch bag. A man who looked nothing like the wealthy executives she spent every day surrounded by. Her first reaction was embarrassment. She quickly sat up and whispered, "I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did that." The man smiled gently. "It's okay. You looked exhausted." Those simple words surprised her. Most people recognized her immediately. They treated her differently because of her expensive clothes, her company, and her reputation. But this man didn't know who she was. He didn't care. He only saw someone who was tired. His name was Daniel. He was a single father raising his 8-year-old daughter alone. Every morning, he worked 2 jobs just to make sure his daughter had everything she needed. The CEO, Emma, was the founder of one of the fastest-growing technology companies in the country. People saw her as powerful. They saw her on magazine covers, at business events, and giving speeches about success. But nobody saw the nights when she sat alone in her apartment wondering if all her achievements were worth the sacrifices she had made. That day, she wasn't supposed to be on the train. Her driver canceled at the last minute, and she decided to travel like an ordinary person for once. She never expected a random stranger to remind her what humanity felt like. As the train continued moving, Emma noticed Daniel looking at a picture on his phone. It was his daughter. "She's beautiful," Emma said. Daniel smiled. "She's my reason for everything." Emma looked away. Those words touched something inside her. For years, she had chased success because she believed money could solve every problem. But this man, who had so little, seemed happier than many people she knew. Before leaving the train, Emma noticed Daniel's old wallet falling apart. Inside was a small note from his daughter. "Daddy, thank you for always choosing me." Emma watched him carefully fold the note and place it back. She couldn't stop thinking about it. The next morning, something unexpected happened. Emma arrived at her company headquarters and saw Daniel standing in the lobby. She was shocked. "What are you doing here?" Daniel looked nervous. "I came to return something." He handed her a small envelope. Inside was her expensive watch. She hadn't even realized it was missing. "You found this?" Daniel nodded. "I noticed it after you left. I knew it must be important." Emma stared at him. The watch was worth more than everything Daniel owned. Yet he never considered keeping it. "Why didn't you sell it?" she asked. Daniel looked confused. "Because it wasn't mine." That answer stayed in her mind. Later that day, Emma learned that Daniel had applied for a simple position at her company. He wasn't looking for special treatment. He only wanted a stable job so he could spend more time with his daughter. She looked at his application. Years of experience, hard work, but he had been rejected by several companies because of his gap in employment while caring for his child. Emma made a decision, not because she felt sorry for him, because she saw something rare. Integrity. She personally offered him a position. Months passed. Daniel became one of the most respected employees in the company. But the biggest change happened outside the office. Emma started spending more time with her own family. She learned to slow down. She learned that success wasn't only measured by money or power. One evening, Daniel's daughter handed Emma a drawing. It showed 3 people standing together. Emma looked at it and smiled. "Who are these?" The little girl answered. "That's my dad, me, and you." Emma laughed. "Why am I there?" The girl smiled. "Because you needed a family too." Those words broke through every wall Emma had built around herself. Years later, people would remember Emma as one of the most successful CEOs in the world. But she always said the same thing whenever someone asked about her greatest achievement. "It wasn't building a company. It was the day I met a man who had nothing, but taught me everything." And it all started because a tired CEO accidentally fell asleep on a stranger's shoulder.